just to get to know you a little bit better and to let the viewers know you a little bit better, can you just talk a little bit about your background?
Sure. I've been an environmental sustainability professional for the last 30 years. I took my first dumpster dive in 1995, and I haven't stopped looking in the trash to see what can be diverted from the landfill. I recently started at Goodwill of the Heartland, which is we have 19 stores in 19 counties in eastern Iowa. I'm their sustainability manager, and I just really focus on the the affordable alternatives. It has to be affordable alternatives to what we do now. I call myself the status quo disruptor because you just get so used to doing a certain thing all of the time. And I'm blessed to come into Goodwill and be able to save money and save the planet and work with the 600 employees that we have to just educate them on. I'm an education and training specialist at heart, so I'm having a lot of fun.
And so why are you, why did you decide to run for school board?
Sure. So my original decision was based on I have a 6-year-old granddaughter, and she will be, after 40 years, she'll be 46 years old before the bond issue, the $220 bond issue that they're asking now. And then there's going to be another 229 or so million it asked in 2029. But then, so that started it. And I'm just like, I can't leave that debt to my granddaughter or my grandson. He's a little bit younger. But the more that I research what's going on in terms of the leadership and the elected board, uh, I just like, for example, demographically, in the metro area of Cedar Rapids, Hiawatha, and Robbins, there's 6,900 children that are 0 to 5 years old. That is the Cedar Rapids district's pipeline of students coming up, but we're we're they're proposing to build a new 220 or a new $120 million uh, or yeah, 102 or $120 million 1,200 student middle school outside the city of Cedar Rapids limits. So it's going to be built somewhere near Robbins. And, that's 1 mile from Alburnett School District. It's about 1,000 feet from Linmar School District, and it's 11 miles from downtown Cedar Rapids. So I just think there's better ways that we can approach this growth that is happening in Robbins and Hiawatha. And that would be a partnership between Urbana, Linmar, and the Cedar Rapids School District.
And so you kind of touched on it a little bit, but if you're elected, what do you hope to achieve?
There's four things that I'd like to achieve. One is providing more resources and support to teachers, students, and support staff within the district. That's priority number one, our children. The other thing, to lessen the impact uh, of tax being taxed more, I'd like to see where we exclude the first $150,000 of our property assessed value, and that's going to help the low income and the fixed income households that can't afford even a slight increase in their payment or rent. The second thing is to explore creating what's called the 28E agreement, and that is government agencies coming together. So Urbana or Alburnett, um, Linmar, and Cedar Rapids form this partnership to determine what is going on. How can we all three approach this as collaborators, not competitors for students, but collaborators? And then what can happen because of that instead of just trying to go it alone. The the second thing, if that can't happen, do we redraw the district boundaries to not include Robbins and Hiawatha, but that's divided between Alburnett and Linmar? So is that a smart move to do? And then finally, with the demolition of Harrison Elementary School, planned for May of 2024, I don't think there's been an actual space analysis by a space analysis expert who can envision, like, what do the students need, what do the teachers need, what does facilities need, and then how can we modernize these buildings rather than demolishing them.
For sure. And if you are elected, what do you feel your role is as a school board member?
So my role is looking at policy. There's a lot of uh, updates to how things are being done right now. Like, if you take a look at their budget for the month, the bills that they're paying for the month, you can't really tell what's going where. It's very confusing. So it's more policies and procedures that's going on right now, but also what's the best plan for our students, and how can we get teachers um, more support, because we know the curriculum, and how is it taught for every kind of learner, not just the gifted and talented, but there's uh, about 50% of our students that don't meet the proficiencies, and what can we do to bring them along and get them ready for the future.
And then just kind of my last thing, is there anything else you feel Iowa voters should know about you?
Well, I'm a parent first, so I have two adult children. Now I, I'm called Oma, and my my experience, my 30 years of experience as a professional disruptor of status quo, is I found collaboration, really analyzing, like prioritizing. I don't see, when I look at the Pebble money that's spent, I don't see any priorities there. It's just all over the place. So could Taft and Harding, the structures, be prioritized prior to looking at the danger of trees on the school grounds? Like, which is more dangerous? And I think the school building falling in would be more dangerous than the trees that have been destroyed since Horatio anyway. So, it's just those priorities are important to me, and I'd like to see that happen as the elected official in District 1.
Awesome. And then I just wanted to clarify, did you say that your grandchildren are in the Cedar Rapids district?
My family's been going to the Cedar Rapids district since 1941. My grandchildren are the fourth generation to attend the school system. My son open enrolled his daughter to Johnson STEM Academy. He did so because that's where he went, one, and then he went to private school to interview. He went to their school district, or their school in their district, to interview. Then he went to Johnson, and him and his wife decided that Johnson was the best education education for their daughter. So they're involved in the PTA. They're involved in our granddaughter's education, and I really believe that the education system that we have now, uh, we need to focus on those children that aren't coming along well. And Johnson Elementary is one of the diverse schools in the city. So what can we do to make sure all of those children are learning and proficient in reading, math, science? And yeah, we've been in the district a long time.